Last month, I got paid $412 and I did absolutely nothing to earn it. No client calls, no alarm clocks, no work. It just showed up in my account. And here's the part that bothers most people when I tell them this. It wasn't from my side hustle here on YouTube. It wasn't from cryptocurrency or a business that I own. It is through ETF investing that I bought years ago, sitting in a brokerage account, paying me every single quarter as passive income. Now, I want to be clear and upfront with you. I'm not here to sell you the American dream. Passive income is real, but the version that most people really sell you online, it is almost a complete lie. And today I want to show you what actually works, the dividend ETFs I own, what math comes behind this income, and the trap that is draining most beginners before they even get started investing. I've been investing in dividend ETFs for years now, and I want to show you something that a lot of people are not quite honest about, because here's the hard truth. Most financial content about passive income is either very vague, and with that, it's not very useful, or it just talks about buying the index, or it's designed to make you feel behind. That way you buy courses or paid subscriptions. None of that we're doing here. Everything here is completely free. Now, what I want to give you today is the actual framework talking about ETFs, the real yield numbers behind there, and the actual math to get to $8,000 of passive income. Spoiler alert, it's not a $10 million portfolio, but it's probably not exactly what you think either. Now, here's what we're going to cover. First of all, what most people really misunderstand about these ETFs and how they generate income. Second, we're going to look at those actual ETFs. And third, and the one that most people skip, the compound reinvestment strategy that will separate people who build wealth from people who just collect a very small amount of dividends. Now, if you're the kind of person who actually wants to understand the mechanics, not just the numbers, stay with me because this is going to get good. Let me ask you something. How much is your savings account paying you today? National average on savings account is a 0.46. That means if you have $10,000 sitting in your savings accounts, you're earning $46. $46, that's it. Meanwhile, inflation is running about 3%. So in real terms, your money that you have sitting in a bank account is going backwards. Every single year you leave it there, you are getting poorer in slow motion. You are losing money to inflation. Now, I'm not saying having that savings account is evil. You need an emergency fund. It has to be in a high yield place. But the moment you're holding more cash than you need for emergencies, you have a problem and you're starting to lose money. Most people know this at some level, but they don't know how to look for alternatives. And here is usually where some of this goes wrong. When you go on Google and you look at the best passive income, it comes up with affiliate marketing, drop shipping, print on demand, all of these active business models really dressed up as passive income, but they are not passive at all. They are businesses. Businesses, while they are legitimate, they can confuse what actually passive income is without you having to do anything other than the upfront investing. Now, when I talk about owning a real piece, profitable companies, and looking at something, getting paid for a portion of the profits automatically every quarter deposited in your account, no customers, no inventory, no employees, you own it, they pay you for it. That is a true dividend. Now, when you hold a dividend stock or an ETF, you are collecting those payments from potentially hundreds of companies at once when you hold the ETF. The diversification alone makes this a completely different than picking those individual stocks, which are reliant on what the company is willing to pay back. This is the foundation. So let's talk about the 3 ETFs that actually do this incredibly well. All right, 3 ETFs. I'm going to give you a case for each one, what it does, what it pays, who it is actually good for, because the right ETF is going to make a big difference on your journey. Now, the first one, of course, is the gold standard. It is the SCHD, the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. And this one, if you could own only one for the next 20 years, this is probably it. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack about this one because the SCHD doesn't just screen for high yield. It screens for quality companies. That is a big differentiating factor. It gets into, and really the companies have paid dividends for at least 10 consecutive years, demonstrating strong cash flow within those companies, meaning the profits are real, not just accounting tricks or bookkeeping, and it has passed a screen ratio for financial health. The result of this, you get around to 3.5%, which is about where it is right now. Doesn't sound very exciting until you factor in the dividend growth we see in this ETF. SCHD has grown its dividend by over 11% per year over the last 10 years. That means the income that you're getting is not static. It grows. If inflation is at 3% and your dividends are growing at 11%, you're actually getting richer in real terms every single year you're holding the SCHD. And a lot of people don't take in the total return that we see of an ETF of this nature. So if you invested $10,000 in that SCHD 10 years ago, investing all of those dividends, you're sitting on about $42,000. And that's not a pitch. That is the actual math that we're seeing with the SCHD. Now, the second one I hold, and actually I have this one in my kids' portfolio, is the VYM, which is the Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF. And this one is all about the breadth and the cost that we have in here. 450 companies, expense ratio of a 0.06, which is 6 cents for every $100. Now, Vanguard has always built its reputation, and one of the big reasons I use Vanguard ETFs is they are a very low cost option. And of course, when we look at the Vanguard ETFs, they deliver very true to form. Now, the yield on this is around 3%. It's heavier into financials, healthcare, and consumer staples sectors, and have historically been very resilient in market downturns. If you're worried about the market crashing or a pullback, this could be a pretty good option. Now, if the SCHD is the quality play that we're looking for, the VYM is, of course, the stability play that we see. Some investors hold both, but honestly, that's not a bad strategy, but I would probably choose one out of here. Then we get into the JEPI. Now, this is one that makes people really take a double take. The JEPI, or the JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF, currently yields between 7 and 9% annually, and it pays monthly instead of quarterly. Now, before you ask, no, this ETF is not too good to be true. You need to understand what you're buying, because JEPI uses a covered call strategy. Now, over the last 2 years, covered call strategies have absolutely exploded in the ETF, which is kind of crazy. We've seen over 1,100 ETFs last year alone. It sells option contracts on its stock holding to generate extra income, and they give it to you in the form or on top of the dividends that you're getting from companies. And this is where the elevated yield comes from. Now, the trade-off from this is looking at the last few years. We've had a very strong bull market. JEPI will lag growth based on those growth ETFs we see. It's not designed for maximum price appreciation or growth. It's designed for maximum income. That is the big trade-off. So if you're looking in your 30 years to retirement, JEPI isn't going to be a core holding, might even be a small part or no part of your portfolio in the entirety. But if you want current income, if you want to blend it with an SCHD and the VYM, or even at a higher yield, it could have a place in your portfolio. So let's talk about the numbers, because this is what most people want to know. How much do I need invested to generate real income from this? And I'll give you 3 benchmarks. So looking at this, $500 a month in dividend income, you need roughly $150,000 invested at a blended 4% yield. That would create a real milestone. At that point, your dividends are covering car payments, bills, your groceries. It's not freedom, but it's very meaningful when it comes to the investing. Now, $1,000 a month, you're looking at $300,000 invested. That's a rent payment. That's your mortgage. That really makes a big difference. And that is a number for a majority of us. I don't know about you, but if I had an extra $1,000 a month, that would definitely give me some leverage to actually open up my abilities. And then when we get to $3,000 a month, we are looking at $900,000 invested. For a lot of people, that's a salary replacement. Full financial independence, living the debt-free journey. If I pulled in $3,000 a month, that was 100% passive income every single month. Again, that could be a big changer, because here's the number that matters more than anything. It is the DRIP. Now, the DRIP stands for Dividend Reinvestment Plan. This is when you turn your average brokerage account. Turning on the DRIP, it takes about 10 to 15 seconds. Every dividend you receive will buy automatically more shares. More shares mean more dividends buy more shares. This is what compounding interest is. But for income, this is really the single biggest differentiator between people who actually build wealth with those dividend ETFs and people who collect that very, very small paycheck and wonder why it's taking so long to actually build. So I want to look at this and look at it really in its entirety. If you invested $500 a month into the SCHD starting today, with the DRIP enabled, the SCHD grows at historic averages. In 15 years, you'd have approximately $175,000, generating over $6,000 a year in dividend income because of that DRIP. Now, we kind of push that out a little bit further to 25 years, over $500,000 invested, $17,500 a year in dividends because of the DRIP, without ever touching the principal in the entirety. Without selling a single share, you could get $17K in your pocket every single year. But there's a quick and really serious mistake that can kill this entire strategy: turning the DRIP off or spending the dividends before it hits that retirement age, or before it hits that critical mass. I see this constantly when it comes to people who are investing. People start investing and really getting $40 a quarter. They start taking out the funds, using it as a coffee fund. $40 invested over a 20-year period at 8% becomes $400. Each time you spend the dividend early, you're not spending just $40, you're spending $400 from your future self and really stealing it, guys. With any of these ETFs, you have to keep the drip on. You got to let it compound. Don't actually touch it until you need the income. So of course, here's one action for you today. Not three, not a list, just one single action. Open your brokerage account. We are talking Robinhood, M1 Finance, Fidelity, Schwab. I got some links down below. Do your research on the SCHD. Buy one share right now, today, and really not this weekend, not planning to, not looking to do research. Buy one single share. That single share is not going to make you rich, but it's going to start the habit that will make you rich, because people that start building that passive income aren't the ones who found that perfect ETF. They're the ones who started it, kept going, invested over the regular basis. Now, of course, I'm going to make some full videos walking through everything in a dividend portfolio from $0 to $1,000 a month, really breaking it down step by step, because I have some of these in my portfolio and we're definitely building them out. So if this helped you at all, guys, definitely subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button so we can get it out. If you got some comments, drop them down below. I will answer to all of them, because of course it costs you absolutely nothing to help more people find this channel and helping me to really grow the channel. And I'll catch you in the next one.